It's strange how some things become yours without permission. A story begins long before you arrive, and by the time you notice, you're already written into it. You didn't decide the starting point, but somehow you're responsible for what happens next. That's what it means, I think, to grow up. It's when you realize no one's coming to take responsibility for what hurt you. It's no one's fault, and yet, it's all in your hands now. You don't get to rewrite the past, but you do get to decide what to do with it. Long before I entered the scene, people were already observing me. They watched and commented on my looks, my gait, how I played and cried. They witnessed how I began making sense of myself. Did they realize they were holding together the timeline of this life thread from its beginning, ensuring continuity, guaranteeing an ending? The people that once observed me are no longer here. The dead can no longer hold my timeline. But now, more aware of life, how it moves in waves above so many submerged rhythms, it's time to dust off the observing eyes and the observing heart. The wound left behind should be cleaned. The bondage moment, perhaps called death, should be honored. Words and silence should offer their gratitude. Thoughts and dreams should let bygones be bygones and take place. Emotions are only words still to come. What remains are these small yet big, specific emotional notes on the everyday in life. All those little, subtle, quiet moments, tiny joys and pains, pleasant here and difficult there. Something awful happened a long time ago and it isn't your fault. But you can't just stand there and do nothing. It wasn't supposed to happen to you, but it did. It landed on your pedestrian feet, challenging your pedestrian identity with a burden demanding more. You have to internalize the hurt, make it your fault in some way, so that it can become yours to bear. Transform from a pain without recognition into a pain filled with meaning. You can't have been given the burden out of cruelty. That doesn't work. You have to have some sadness inside you that the suffering is activating so that taking responsibility actually ends that sadness. You don't really have to do anything. You don't have to have any answers. Just stay in conversation with the blow and try to make the hurt talk back. If you can feel the hurt talking back, if you can hold its response in your heart, then perhaps you can come out on the other side, someplace safe. Somewhere walking home and smiling. Like everything that leads to beauty, the pain must pass through a series of gates. Each of them takes a while. Each of them reveals something essential. You must first be willing to stay with the hurt, to bear it like the responsible soul you've trained yourself to be. The mind aches to close the door, to heal, to look away. But this is a goodbye too close to closure, and you can't leave yet. Not until the conversation begins. Not until it becomes your responsibility to care instead of your responsibility not to care.